Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. So the levels are looking strange. I guess it's okay. Maybe I made a noise when I pressed the button or moved my chair that was louder, but the actual microphone movement did not make me think that I was recording or something was strange. But it's okay. Don't worry. You got nothing to worry about. That's just me. I hope you're doing well. I have to look at YouTube to figure out who we're playing today. Hold on. I'm very unprepared. Oh god, what was this? This was Exile Stygian? Yeah, okay. Oh no, we're Primordium. That's not what I like to hear. Alright. Primordium runs are pretty binary, I guess, but he's definitely on the lower end of characters I like playing. Might be my least favorite now, actually. But maybe I need to play more of them. I haven't played much with the Exiles after they came out of beta in comparison to how much time I spent with the default champions anyway. So I don't know all the ins and outs. How long did it take me to realize that Penumbra is actually very strong? I don't know. Longer than it should have, maybe, but that's beside the point. Before we begin, do not forget like and comment and subscribe if you so desire, and we can get into it. Against Pushback Talos, Shadow Arcus, and Patient Seraph, we are Exile Umbra, Default, Awoken, Pack Morsels, Restoration Detonation, and Engine Upgrade. Engine Upgrade's pretty nice to start with. It's a good card. Like these are three good cards for sure. And Jack Strips. Cleansing Water is one of the relics in this game that I will probably never take. I really hate it. Oh, Aggressive Edible. It's gonna be a good run. This is a really good start. Why would I even complain if I just roll well on the start? Great point. I'm gonna not take this trial. So the best thing to find with this is Animus of Will. The best thing to find with this is Dante. The next best option is Animus of Will. And then after that, I don't know, it doesn't really matter, I guess. A tank is good after that. Something that can do well on the front line. But I don't really want to do a holo because they're too big. So one of the sweep boys, if I don't get Animus of Will, is gonna be what I'm after. I'll play some cards. I was gonna basically just end turn for the rest of the combat because I really don't have to do anything here. Yeah, I'm just gonna end turn. We're done. I have a tendency, at the very least, to play more cards than I need to, I think. We're looking pretty good here. Not a easy win. I mean, pretty easy win. But I did need to play this Train Steward here, or else it might have been bad. Anyway, we'll see what our unit draft is looking like. Prismal Dust, great way to cheat a win against Patient Seraph. Razor Sharp Edge is really good with our boy Primordium. Pretty, like nothing decision-y here. I'm gonna hit double Awoken Banners. The Steel Shop upgrades are inconsequential. Yeah, okay. Cool. So we just give her health, and she does all of the work on this run. I'm gonna go ahead and do -1 on Prismal Dust, and then I'm gonna double stack it. And then we're just gonna buff or duplicate that card and win off of that. Wow, this is a really good start. This trial's free. The spikes will die off. Yeah. This is a crazy start. I'm really hitting everything I said. Everything I laid out. Everything that I said I wanted is here. I didn't even say I wanted Aggressive Edible. I assume that is assumed at this point. But Aggressive Edible is the one. I know you're thinking like, oh, what about? Sorry, you don't sound like that. Oh, why did I make you sound like that? You probably all sound different because that's how people are. But you're thinking, what about superfood? It combos well with regen, right? And I wanna answer this question with a little story for you here, which is on my very first run of this champion. I should just play this for 4. I should have actually played it for 6, but it's too late for that. I'll save the pack morsels here intentionally. On my very first run of playing this champion, I played Superfood, and on that Superfood run, I had 70 regen stacked up. I had like the Wildwood Sap perfect starter. I had all of this regen, and then Patient Seraph just one-shot my unit and I lost the run. So ultimately, especially against Patient Seraph, I don't like the idea of just stacking regen as your plan. Because Patient Seraph one-shots through that very easily. You can make some adjustments to make it work, but it's not worth it. I can take Space Prism, but here's the thing, I don't need to. I can skip. I can basically just skip everything. Wildwood Sap here is not even that good, actually. Because our plan is Prismal Dust, I don't need Wildwood Sap. Although, it's not a bad idea. There's one thing I need to look out for, which is Self-Made Harpy. But 5 regen isn't going to be enough, and our duplicates are going to go to Prismal Dust, so I will skip. And I don't hate grabbing a sweep here. I think it's good. Yeah. Grab that guy and then maybe even make him tank, but that's kind of weird. I don't have enough money for this steel shop because I spent it all over here. We're gonna go to this hell vent for sure. I think I still go here because sometimes I can buy. I need a plus 25. That's why I go here. Okay, I mean it's what this isn't right. The only other thing I look for is quick now. 2 quicks ideally, but that's unlikely. 1 quick is good enough. I often will complain. I'll take the Hellhorn draft here. Oh god, did I just set myself up for Rage Adaptive Mutation? Dark Deal's pretty good here. Spike of the Hellhorn is also fine, but there's an X cost card competing with it, so I'd be paying probably 3 energy for 6 rage, 6 armor. I'll just take Dark Deal. I often will complain though when I miss a lot, right? As one will, or as one is wont to do, right? Oh, I missed my important pickup and now I'm complaining, right? Oh, I missed multi-strike in 3/4s. I can't believe this. And I would, I just, as I try to make sure I do at least on some amount of regularity, I will point out when the game gives me unbelievable rolls, as it is doing right now. I am hitting everything I could possibly want in the first 3 floors, which is very nice. If we lose this run, it was doomed. I will have to say. Dark Deal plus Restoration Detonation. I think that might be the first time I've ever combined those cards in such a way. And yeah. We also even had Talos, like we won the coin flip on Talos here. Because she could have gone top 4 and then we would have potentially lost a heal for our, or rather lost an eat for our Animus, but we even hit that. Like, it's just insane. Leaving you lower on health is good. Like, not on max health, but on actual health numbers, because then the restoration detonations can come through. And this is fine. Because of the regen, effectively that card heals 3, and then 1 of it is nullified by the unit dying, so you're in the clear, more or less, to play restores against overcharged apprentices. It ends up evening out. Wow, Talos is just getting chunked. wild. Alright. But I do wish to a restoration detonation. And then we just play the big damage shield when we draw it. Give you some more health. Yeah, okay. And then, what are we looking for left? What's left to look for on this run? There's like 2 steel shop upgrades. We even, like, we hit double stack on the Prismal Dust. Now, to be fair, it was basically a 50-50. Because double stack or remove consume turns the Prismal Dust into our very solid plan. Into Patient Seraph. Yeah. Alright. I mostly need to watch myself because I can get sniped. It's a very good setup, but it does lend itself to being sniped, basically. Yeah, add a wretch on here, why not? What do I mean when I say it opens itself up to being sniped? It's like one combat goes against us and there's no fallback, right? One bad round against Arcus or one bad setup and then the run can go to pieces potentially. But it's gonna take a lot. We want to not add any more units to this run for sure, and I'm just going to take draw. The way that this can go against us is like space loss top floor plus a very heavy damage output. Like a Shadewing floor, I guess, going up with no way to stop it. Which shouldn't happen because of the Husk Hermit, but you know, you never know. I saw this exact banner the other day. I was playing the Arcadian mod actually, and I was like, okay, I really need this Umbra Banner to show me something good, and it showed me this banner, and I lost that run. Just interesting that this one keeps appearing. And then we go Prismal Dust for sure. This is gonna probably be draw energy because getting another energy for Prismal Dust is nice. Playing that for 10 damage shield is going to be winning. Yeah, we just go aggressive at level 2. There's a moment where I stop to consider Stalwart Snack there because we have Razor Sharp Edge, but it's just worse. Another way I could lose this is if I get cocky, I guess, and just like this is a way that I could lose, I guess. What could, or not lose, but I could take a lot for this. What could happen is, no, this trial should be fine. The haste combat doesn't have a scary turn 1. It is actually just a free turn 1 because of jackstrips, come to think of it. So I should be fine. Yeah, and Animus turn 1 is pretty much always the best. It's interesting because usually I would want the sweep unit first, but not here. Second turn it doesn't matter. Yeah, from here we just remove and add quick because this guy does get ripped up. And we need survivability for Animus. That's the next thing that I would like. If we had quick to her, then I don't really need it that much. Or like it becomes less of a concern as a whole. But quick is a good way to go because we don't want to be wasting our damage shield on her, basically. Although I think I would be putting quick on the Husk Hermit so that he can survive Patient Seraph. It's hard to say. Ratch on the wrong turn. Oh well. It's like, it's precarious, right? If she takes a melee weakness and eats a full round from Seraph, she does just get blasted, so it wouldn't be the worst to find some answer to that. Interesting how this one plays out. Where I play this Train Steward, and it's kind of like playing Prismal Dust, if that makes sense. That Train Steward saves 2 Prismal Dust stacks, and at the cost of 1 energy, which is the rate for Prismal Dust, basically. Yeah, I need more, like, it's hard to preserve enough damage shield, right? When damage shield is your entire plan. Now this is multi-strike, of course, and she does a lot of damage, but still. Oh yeah, I gotta watch out for the morsels too. I have 2... Oh, I didn't even think of that. I have, oh yeah, and I'm just feeding this guy curses to throw at me as well. Awful. I need to think about the packed morsels a little more. Huh. He doesn't transfer damage from rage anyway. Okay. Okay. Oh hey, Trader's Cool's nice. What the hell, another wretch? Kindle is really good here. Void Binding's cool, but because I'm already committed to a Prismal Dust strategy, this is just awful. Where Kindle is pretty good. And I will skip that. 30 cards, even though it doesn't feel like it. Because all of the cards that I've added are really high quality, it feels like. And yeah, I'm gonna go to another Hellvent. I haven't added a bad card to this, right? I was very picky with what I took in the early game. Sometimes I'll take, like, a good example of what would be a bad card that I might have added to this deck, because usually when you add cards, you don't go, oh, well, this is bad, but I'm adding it anyway, right? Well, first of all of our starters are pretty good, or at least okay, in packed morsels, but an example of a bad card I could have taken here is Space Prism. It's easy for me to fall into the mindset of, oh yeah, Space Prism is just a free... I'll take Vapor Funnel here. Space Prism is just a free card. Why wouldn't you want it? And the answer is, it doesn't really do anything for us here. Hold on, I feel a cough. One moment. Very, very glad to see that this is not Self-Made Harpy. And Heaven's Seal should be fine because this is not a scary combat in my mind. I forgot to check. Okay, it's done. I meant to check before the recording. It was very, very windy earlier tonight. I had meant to check if it was windy enough that I needed to close my window, but I forgot to. Yeah, I am gonna play the pack morsels still. I'm just gonna, yeah, and given this circumstance, I'm just gonna kill the morsels instead of eating them so that they don't get in the wretch pile. Except for Morsel Miner, of course, which is a good morsel that I do not wish to kill. And on the longer combats like this one, I'm going to wait on the Prismal Dust until I have my... what am I trying to say? My engine upgrade in play. Although I could just play this for 6, but I don't need to. We have healing, so it doesn't matter that much if our Animus takes damage. No Wretch on this turn is ideal as well, if you don't mind. Tragic. I can just play this for 12 here, but... I mean, when I draw the Kindle with it, I should. I'm gonna play... I should play this on this floor. Should have played both of these on this floor, but it's whatever. Play it for 10 damage shield. May as well Wretch too. It doesn't hurt. And remember when eating morsels used to trigger Harvest? It was so long ago now, it feels like, but god, that was a weird time. In comparison now, it's like, oh yeah, of course it wouldn't work that way, but when it was that way, it was like, oh yeah. And the morsels, like I can't play morsels on this floor because I'm gonna feed this guy 10 armor. In retrospect, I feel like morsels triggering Harvest was something that was just like very silly, is how I would put it. When they made that change, I remember a lot of people were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be really bad, like this is a big nerf to Melting Umbra, which, you know, doesn't take much to nerf that clan combo, am I right? But I think in retrospect it was a very, very good nerf. Like, the same with Morsels triggering Rally. Morsels just kind of break half the mechanics in this game. And you gotta be very careful. Like, every new mechanic, if you're out there designing a mod, just make sure that you ask yourself, how does this interact with morsels? Oh my god, it's Cursed Vines. What a waste. I am going to add absolutely nothing else to this deck. All we need to do now is remove cards, and if we're lucky, we could find a quick, right? Maybe 2. But I'm not even gonna aim for Steel Shop right now. I'm just going to go removal. Plink is gone, unsurprisingly. I think fire health is nice. Firestone housing is kind of cool. I could get like another plus 25 and still leave room on that Animus for something good like multi-strike or quick. But then I'm giving up a vortex, but I think that that's okay because we are very rich. I will just buy removals here to compensate. I think so. Yeah, I'll do this. Okay. It feels like it's very good to me to have in a build where our strategy is just I'm super stacking one unit. Giving that one unit another upgrade is pretty cool. And Shadow is curses, so ideally Husk Hermit turn 1. Never mind, Husk Hermit turn 2, please. Thank you. Engine upgrade turn 1 is pretty nice. We're just gonna deal with the curses. We're just gonna exist. I can actually pack morsels and then it's no big deal. Look at that. Thanks, Trader School, you saved me curses. And now I don't have to go, I guess I'm playing mid-floor. Now I can actually just play this floor. Cool. Put the train steward down. I can't play pack morsels. I don't have space for the morsels. I would end up with the same number of cards in the deck. But yeah, combats where we get this time to set up is really nice, and we've had a lot of combats that are, like, basically every combat has been light on the lead time, which is excellent. Yeah, I'll just play a train steward. They go in the wretch pile, but who cares? I'm not that worried about it. Keeping up my streak of drawing wretch on the same turn as Primordium dying. I'm sure I'll be able to overlook this fact, though, considering the number of things that have gone right on this run. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna play it like this. I'm gonna wait on the Prismal Dusts. As I said before, we have healing. I may as well play cards that are good, thin the deck out, etc., etc. Make sure we land those Prismal Dusts on a meaningful turn. Right, because Prismal Dusting her right now, she has 35 health that's going to go unused, basically. Whereas otherwise, we can make use of it and then heal it back, because that's how Awoken works. A neat little interaction. I definitely should have saved Husk Hermit, but oh well. My mistake. Definitely a neat little interaction between Umbra and Awoken here that I've never thought of before, where you can delay your Prismal Dust and still get the full value. Something that I've never considered doing in the past. I am going to throw this one out now, though. It's time to start just sending them. We're more or less there. Man, Kindle Prismal Dust right now is worth 16 damage shield. That is a bit. Look at that, even more so. The Restoration Detonation got a kill where it otherwise would not have. The worst possible draw timing for Wretch, which is interesting, right? It doesn't matter that much, just interesting to notice that we got the worst possible draw for it. We drew it the first time through the deck on the turn that Primordium was timing out, and then on the second time through the deck we drew it last possible turn. We are a 1 is what Arcus says. Arcus? No, you're Primordium. Arcus is the one on the bottom floor. It doesn't matter, by the way. Because we have multi-strike 3, it doesn't matter when I draw... it doesn't really matter when I draw Wretch. We're not in dire straits, I don't need the attack by any means. It's just fine. Pretty rough on the Kindle timings. I said it earlier, but without Permafrost, if I ever draw Kindle and a Prismal Dust in the same hand, I just play them. Ah. It's here. Adaptive mutation. Rage. The combo. Adaptive mutation is horrible on this run. It is so bad. Oh my god. It is like the biggest grief of my life if I do that. I would like to take it for the meme, but at the same time, I am trolling. It is so bad. There's the quick. Dude, it's actually everything I need in the run. I'm gonna put the quick on the Husk Hermit. And then we're gonna go ahead and give it a +5, +10, because it needs the health. And we'll roll. Large Stone is a little scary. This should go. This Large Stone should go here. Yeah. This just makes it so that this Husk Hermit should last an extra like 2 rounds, considering the weakness from Patient Seraph coming at us. And then the +25 goes here. And it's fine. Our deck is very, like, unfortunately, we got a lot of good stuff happening on this run, right? We got like every unit and every upgrade that I wanted. So I have no complaints there. Very, very happy that I took the Large Stone, considering who we're fighting here, by the way. You're at 25? Huh, yeah, okay, I guess that's right. I really want this money. And I don't think it matters. I took energy, as I said I was going to. And with that energy, I can take this trial. The purifiers can live, and it shouldn't matter that much. This is gonna be a little rough, though. Okay. I'm gonna take some damage for this. Like, every option that I have to cheat out of taking damage here is in my hand on the first turn. And I'm not drawing Animus. So we're gonna eat a little bit, because she's only going to get 1 eat in. Unfortunate, but I did mention that one of the ways that we could lose is something like this, where it's just, oops, I drew my Animus too late. But it should be fine. Oh yeah, even in this pretty tough draw order, we're not even gonna take damage. We still drew an answer, which is surprising. I kind of forgot I put the Dark Deal in the deck. Yeah, we're gonna take 3 curses this turn, and then it's gonna start to even out. I hope. But even so, we don't take damage now, right? So as long as I stay diligent, I play my self-mutilations. Probably should not have played space on this floor, mind you. Use this properly. Okay. On the Prismal Dust turns, I'm just going to have to eat some curse damage, it looks like, and that's okay. I've talked about this combat at length, I feel like. It's definitely one that looks really punishing, but I don't think is that bad. How many combats can you just let a unit with 58 health tank 4 rounds and have it still be standing on this floor? The answer is 1, and it's this one. We'll play Train Steward here. We gotta work on healing her, and then I'm just gonna slam the Prismal Dust into her when the time is right. And you can argue that maybe I needed to play that Prismal Dust, and maybe you're right. I have to not be greedy with the Pyre health at this stage, is all. Because our draw, yeah, I should have played that Prismal Dust. But either way, I think 1 Prismal Dust and we kill this boss, so I'm not super worried about it. Let me get the Primordium in here. Yeah, I'm not worried about this at all. I will show you that I'm not worried by playing it like this. A little point of order here. Because of the way that this plays out, where this guy does 26 damage, Restoration Detonation doesn't actually make an impact, because it only heals my Animus to 36. And we can't really expect her to take 2... We're not going to get her above 52, basically. So it doesn't matter, so instead of healing, we played the Prismal Dust for the 1 more energy. Now look at that. Even though it was a little scary, and it was a little scary, I will say. It was a little frightening. I definitely could have seen a way that combat could get away from us, although it's tough. But even still, took the trial, survived the trial, full health. Second Kindle, sure. It's crazy, it's just all such good cards. I think I've taken too many cards though, and I might just get sniped by Patient Seraph, which would be scary. I need to just power remove here. It's all that's left to do. Unfortunately no Steel Shop, but that's okay. I'm probably not picking any of those up. Go to the last Plink. Train Stewards are reasonably valuable on this run still. I think they're a little better than Restore even. I'll probably remove a few of them. Like I'll remove 2 here most likely, but they are not bad. Just looking at this for a second. Because I don't think any of these really want anything. I can give -1s, I guess. Like -1 Razor Sharp is fine. Plus 20 and Consume on a Restore is cool. Remove Consume though is what I was thinking about there. I don't think any of this wants to remove Consume. Holdover. I don't even think I want Holdover here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll the, okay, so it's 120, then it's 180, which is a total of 300. So it's a total, I have exactly enough for 3 card removals here. I can roll the Trinket Shop and look for something. I'm just gonna buy 3 card removals, actually. 540 is the number. I'm gonna buy 2 Train Stewards and 1 Restore here. Let's see if my math is correct. It is. Look at that. I've played some of this game. Okay. 23 card deck. We should crush this. We should crush this. It's possible to lose. What I have to do is I have to make sure that I leave. So I need to. There's a few things to do here. First of all, okay, we win. Never mind. I take back all of my sandbagging, all of my what ifs, because we drew Kindle Prismal Dust turn 1, and that's just gonna guarantee it more or less. Gonna play Husk Hermit mid-floor so we don't rally. 12 damage shield means that our Animus will never get sniped here. There is nothing I can imagine happening that causes her to get sniped at this point. And we just kind of free scale and go insane. Train Steward chills here. Yeah, I'm just gonna end my turn. I don't want to take off any damage shield. I don't want to play any dark deals. I don't want to do anything. I don't need to do anything. I don't think anything is good there. It doesn't really matter what we incant Seraph to, by the way. It's just like there's not much that matters on that turn. We did lose space top floor again, which kind of sucks, but doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay, Big Restore is not a card that's worth playing. I removed cards as well, just so that the deck is consistent and I can time out my Kindle Prismal Dust and such better. I say as I don't draw Kindle Prismal Dust. And we'll work you down a little bit. I can tank these hits. I think it's worth. Save the damage shield, why not? Train Steward here. He's dead obviously, but you know. He's trying. We're down to 12 cards, which means that I can hit both Prismal Dust by the time Seraph comes to the top floor. It's over. Like, it's super over. It's very, very done. I'm just certain of it. There's nothing else I can say other than I'm certain that we win this. Yeah, I will. I'll play a Prismal Dust here for a time. Against a different Seraph, I might hedge my bets and say there's a world, but even against a different Seraph, I guess Chase Seraph would probably, from this position, we would lose, but, you know, we would play differently against Chase Seraph, because that's how the video game works. Oh, playing that didn't change his outcome, because he has lifesteal and goes first. Weird. But yeah, we can move it on. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Monster Train. Usually, the outro just kind of happens at the end, but you know. Sequence break this video. I was watching a speedrun video before this that I found pretty interesting. I don't have to play Prismal Dust here. I can, it's a 1 in 6 that I get to play Prismal Dust with Kindle on this turn, which is worth rolling for because there's no downside, basically. Ah, that's not where you're supposed to go, bud. That's not where you're supposed to be. Oh well. It's actually 2 1 in 6s, huh? I can't retch him back though either. Oh, because now there's a 1 in 6 that I can pull Kindle and then get Prismal Dust off of that. Oh, look at that, we won. Oh, look at that, we won. Wow. It's a run where I set out a plan. I set out a very basic, aggressive, edible plan. And by floor 2, I had that plan in my hands and I went, oh wow. Like I didn't even really have time in this run to fully process, because usually when I think about things in this game, I go, okay, I basically make a tier list where it's like, okay, so the best unit to get here is this one, and then here's units that would be passable, and then here's the units that would be awful, right? Like, okay, so on this run, Animus of Will is the best pickup, and then it's like, secondary, we'll take like a Husk Hermit or a Shattered Shell maybe, because that can work well with the attack boosting as well, and then maybe we use like Alloyed Construct and he has multi-strike innately, or we can use Crucible Crucible Warden Collector? Damage Shield one. Right. And I was like, as I was talking through that list of like, here's the units that are okay, we found the best unit, and then in the next one we found the second best unit that handles backline, and it's just like, holy shit, I can't even fully process into words what we want because I'm just getting like the fallbacks, because I'm just getting everything I need anyway. Wild. Like what a powerful run. Cool, buddy. Alright, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, you should not forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you would like to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.